What just happened? BYU takes down Oklahoma State 38-35 under the Friday Night Lights. Cougs remains undefeated, 7-0 on the season, 4-0 in Big 12 play. Matt, after BYU gave up a 17-play touchdown drive to the Pokes, it looked like the undefeated season was coming to an end. Jake Retzlaff and the offense and Darius Lassiter had different plans.
A memorable game-winning touchdown drive that I think will go down in the history books of BYU football. It felt like they were never even going to have an opportunity to be in scoring position. They have that fourth down, Retzlaff makes something happen. Initially missed Chase. Chase makes a great catch to keep the drive going. I thought the most impactful play of the drive, I mean, obviously the game-winning touchdown was the most impactful play, but that 27-yard run where he could have went out of bounds, but there still would have been 50 yards to go. Instead, he gets an additional 10 to 15, puts them within striking distance. Just a classic game and a defining moment for Jake, who I didn't think played very well, but when it mattered most, he got the job done.
At the end of the first half, he was kind of walking like this, nursing his left arm, left shoulder. He said in the postgame that he was fine, so did Kalani Sitake, and obviously fine enough to still carry the rock and make big plays happen for BYU. I asked Kalani in the postgame presser, Matt, if this is a team now of destiny. And I bring that up because the 1984 team was here as a backdrop, 40th anniversary, and he kind of thought in the moment, is this team's Hawaii game, where it's improbable, you don't expect it to happen, and it creates a generation of BYU fans. Kalani kind of downplayed it, said just back to work, but it's a pretty special win.
Teams that win conference championships, especially in the Big 12 of recent years, they have a moment like this. Even Texas last year had a moment against Kansas State.
TCU 2 years ago,
TCU
Baylor.
running the field goal kicker on.
Yep.
This happens. Look, there's a lot of football left. Let's not jump to conclusions here, but you have to find a way to win games when your defense gives up 200-plus yards of rush, where you cough the ball up and you turn it over and things aren't looking good. How do you find a way to win those games? And BYU improbably won this game, and it does make you wonder, because you look ahead, UCF, that's winnable, Utah is winnable. I mean, there's a lot of winnable games left on the schedule. You can lose any of those games too, but you have to win games like this, and they did it tonight.
Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State coach, he brought out some new looks for this Oklahoma State offense. They look good. Garrett Rangel, he got hurt in the first half, and Ollie Gordon picked up where he left off in November against BYU, had a big night, but BYU just did enough, and it was not a great night for the defense. Jay Hill's probably not feeling great about how his defense executed, but they got the win, and this is a great opportunity for this team to learn and bounce back from. Tomorrow they'll have kind of like rehab a little bit, have Sunday off, and then they're back at it Monday, which is kind of noteworthy because it'll be a short week next week for UCF. But
I will say this, though, quickly. A defensive mistake, there were a lot of them, opened the door for BYU to win the game. If Tommy Prastis doesn't miss that tackle, who knows? Maybe they run a bunch of clock and punch it in late, and you never have that chance. So in kind of a weird culmination of mistakes, that missed tackle gave BYU enough time to march down and win the game.
Well, it was just surprising, too, to see Alan Bowman having success on the ground. He starts out 0 of 5 passing. You're thinking, okay, this is going to work out quite nicely for BYU. He's 0 of 5, 1 pick, but then Bowman settled in, and credit to him. I mean, he's the guy that's gone through the ringer in his college career, and, he had a little bit of success, but BYU just dug in and found a way to get answers. Darius Lassiter said in the postgame press conference that he, was down on the sideline, shoulder got a little bit, I don't want to say banged up, but a little bit tweaked, it was a little bit sore, and he was down on the field, but stayed in, and Lassiter comes up with a huge play. He said in the postgame that the locker room celebration, it was turned. It was really turned. And I was like, that's a perfect way to describe it, because this team is on fire right now, Matt. Cougar fans are riding high, and rightfully so. Now you get to just enjoy Saturday. Just enjoy college football, watch the Big 12. It's America.
Listen
That's how
to
we
us,
do.
too.
Yes, Cougar Sports Saturday.
We'll be breaking this thing down for 3 hours tomorrow, noon to 3. Can't think of a better game to break down for 3 hours than this one.
So much to unpack. Noon to 3, KSL News Radio, your legacy home of the Cougars. Then Monday, Cougar Nation. We'll take your phone calls. I expect just phone lines backed up. Like, I just want to hear the epic calls, where you were in the stands. I want to hear the urban legends grow as the weeks and days go by. So Cougs get it done, 7-0. Matt Baiamonte, Mitch Harper. Check out all of our coverage on KSLSports.com.